In today's video, I'm going to show you guys the absolute best man-beating one-play touchdown route in all of Madden 26. But the best part is it's hidden behind a motion trick that flips the route around. So make sure you subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell, grab out your pen and pad. Let's get after it. Now, the route that we're going to be going over today is the stick nod route. For those that don't know, this is the left trigger, or the L2 if you're on PlayStation, hot route for the tight end. Whenever you're facing man-to-man coverage in this game, in particular cover 1 and cover 0, which are very prominent coverages you'll face when you're getting pressured out of a mid-blitz style defense, this is a route that will absolutely fry man-to-man coverage. But what we're going to do is we're going to utilize a motion trick. If you guys were to simply motion this route to the outside and then back to the inside with the D-pad real quick, this will turn this route into a corner route double move. Now, what we'll do from there is just block the pressure, and then what you'll see is that when this route releases, it will absolutely fry man-to-man coverage. You see right here, that is Kirby Joseph, and on my team, he's got very, very high man-to-man coverage, believe it or not. So he will be able to fry really consistently on this pattern. You see right here, here's the double move, and the man coverage overcommits to the in break, giving up the second cut to the outside. About 40 yards later, we hit pay dirt for a one-play touchdown. Now, if you guys are enjoying this tutorial, make sure you guys are, yes, subscribe to the channel, but also open up another tab and check out my strategy website, gridirongameplans.gg. Gridiron Game Plans opened in 2020 and is the #1 place to stay ahead of the competitive meta. If you guys struggle with Midblitz, for instance, this was actually a vault tip early on in the year, showing how you guys could utilize this against the Midblitz meta. This was the starting defense for the year in both college and also in Madden, and a lot of players still run this right now. This defense gives a lot of players a lot of trouble. So you guys will be able to access everything I've uploaded, which is in our vault, which is a specifically curated and topical source of information. This is going to break down what the pro players are doing and, most importantly, how to counter it. On top of that, you guys get all offensive and defensive game plans at no additional charge, members only Discord access, and access to our live lab session archive, which is also found inside our vault. In those lab sessions, we go over all the different questions our members have, answer them live, and also give insights into what potential future content will be on the website. So you guys will stay on the forefront of the lab work that ends up becoming later Gridiron Game Plans content. So make sure you guys go check that out. Link is in the description. Now let's go ahead here and show you guys how you can cook this up out of other looks. So we'll stay in this mid-blitz meta here. I'm in this gun ace. I have the ability to put Brock Bowers on one over the middle and Laporta on one over the middle, but obviously you don't want these all going into one another. So what we're gonna do is we're going to do the motion of Bowers to the outside and then back inside. Now we're getting two different double moves that won't run into each other, which is going to be absolutely huge for us given the spacing of this formation. Now, since it's a pressure look, I'm going to go ahead and block the blitz. I'll give myself isolation one-on-one routes, and we'll have two routes that could potentially fry for one-play touchdowns. You see that Brock Bowers one, and you'll actually notice that our play over the middle was very, very good as well. Now, Bowers doesn't have elite speed at this point in the MUT season, so I was unable to walk in for a touchdown, but I'm sure you guys have a faster tight end too than I have. Now, taking a look here at the all 22, let's take a look at the safeties. You see right here how both safeties are committing to the double move. We actually had a touchdown on the in-breaking route to our #1 tight end. I got to throw out a sack to our #2 tight end because I think the focus of this video is how to make this route interesting to the outside. So ideally, I would hit that quick throw over the middle to the in-breaking one because it was open a little bit more early in the progression. You can see like right here, I could let this rip as opposed to waiting for an extra step of separation for the other player. But you see that both were open. And then of course, if we block the blitz, both the comebacks would have been open on this play as well. So you guys can use this in whatever formation you want, as long as you have a tight end that can run this route. Let me go ahead and show you guys another one here real quick. One of my favorite formations in the game is the gun tight Y off. This is going to allow me against these man-to-man looks to actually put the tight end on this double move route. I can block the blitz all the same, but another thing I'll do is I'll do this little quick motion. And if I see that safety run out, I know it's man-to-man and I know it's likely free. So we snap this ball. and you see the double move win right there. He actually kind of played that a little bit tighter. Now, one thing I also want to touch on here that I will do sometimes to mess with my opponent's head is because I do this double motion, obviously there are tells. After I run it once, maybe twice, people think, oh, stick nod route to the outside. So sometimes I will go ahead and motion this guy out and then motion him back in and then put him on this route. This will allow me to work the double move the other direction. So again, you might potentially have the ability, if he wins over the middle, to get that separation. The other thing I'll sometimes do with this is I will just motion out, motion back in, and I'll just put this player on, you know, like a drag route, you know, just something where my opponent thinks, oh, I've got to user this, right? And then you go ahead and snap this ball, and it's a great, you know, man-to-man beating, you know, scheme. You got the mesh call. Mesh is so good against man, also pretty solid against zone as well. So it's just a great mix in that you guys will be able to utilize to better, you know, just keep yourself from being obvious with this tell. Another thing that you could also do with this is just motion the guy to the outside and utilize him on the comeback route. You know, again, man-to-man is pretty easy to beat. You're going to see here that at the top of the route, I could rip this out, and the player just basically turns around. Even if you get a bad animation, you see how easy it is to kind of get that. So again, you could utilize this motion and infuse it all together, so that way you're not constantly just doing this only on every single time you want to run a stick nod. So again, make sure that you guys are, you know, fusing this together. I want to show you guys real quick, if you run this route on the outside though, that this isn't necessarily the best option for beating man-to-man. There's just not enough room for that super fake out win. So again, when you really want that super fake out, my best bet is to go ahead and motion, do the double motion, and then from there you're going to be fine. Again, you see right here, look at how he can get over the top right there. Again, I think I had a delay route to my running back, so he kind of got me left out to dry. Also, Sayers is not that good of a pass protector, but you guys have the ability to do this. Also, keep in mind, you can motion it across the formation too. So if you want to put one on the field and then do a motion, this is a little bit less obvious. I think that this is actually kind of a preferred method, if I'm being totally truthful, just because it's going to, again, give you that just idea, oh, he's motioning the guy across the formation to create a bunch. Well, yeah, I am, but I'm also using it to beat you for a one-play touchdown. But I'm gonna get up out of here. I hope you guys enjoyed this tip. I will catch you guys tomorrow with our next one. Until then, this is Zan, get in the lab, and good luck.